a little connective tissue in there.
And peels out.
Well, it's 2.92 kilograms. I am in Canada, so
You keep cutting.
6.5 pounds. So you were right on that fact because it was probably about 6 pounds. What's that? You got any questions on that tenderloin piece? Okay. So there you have the short loin or the
Bone-in strip.
strip loin. You can buy bone-in strips today for menus. What they'll do is they'll shave this chine bone right off. Maybe it's depends on the thickness of this bone. They'll actually leave that on here, so they'll just cut that right off, right here, and you have a bone-in strip. One of my favorite cuts. Very big in New York. You know, on the retail and food service side, shell sirloins, as they may call them. I'm going to peel the rest of this sirloin flap out of here because actually I like the sirloin flap a lot. I do a lot with it.
Sirloin flap, like we talked about, most customers are going to use that for like a steak tip because it's a very kind of coarse, porous muscle. So you marinate that, it soaks up the marinade like a sponge, okay? The other thing a lot of customers are doing with it that we're seeing, they're doing more upscale things like sort of like an upscale London broil. You grill the piece whole, slice it for a lunch item, make a sandwich out of it, different things like that. Use it as an accompaniment to a salad topper. The advantage, because it has this very heavy, rich marbling to it, they can grill it off really dead rare in the morning, cool it down, throw it on the grill really quick, bring it back to temp really quickly at lunchtime so you can get your customers in and out without sacrificing the quality. Do that with a piece.
What are you guys seeing so far?
In the whole animal, is that
A lot of waste.
Yeah.
is that all the flat meat that there would be?
No.
Yeah.
This is actually broken right here.
Yeah.
You normally come out to about here.
Yeah, and it's going to be on that flank edge. Right there, and that's where they'll get that. They'll get the flank and the rest of that sirloin flap off there.
This is probably about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, a normal piece of sirloin flap.
4 or 5 maybe. But this is the best part of it. It's got the head on there. This is going to eat good. Save that for a chef later. Very nice piece of meat. All right, now what I'm going to do is there's a hip bone in here. We're going to have to break that off. We're going to have to actually cut it off. And yes, we have a high-tech saw with us because mine's sitting in the garage hanging on a hook. I forgot it. But what we'll do is we have to actually find where that hip bone ends, and we have to break it down.
So what Dana's doing now is separating the strip piece from the hip
top
or the
butt.
top butt. Okay. The diamond loin that we're cutting today, 1 out of 1,000 chefs may ever ask you for this, and the only ones that would probably ever ask you for a diamond loin is somebody who taught in a culinary school, because we're never going to sell a diamond loin to a customer. The only time we're going to use that is for what we're doing here today. But we're going to sell a strip every single day. We're going to sell top butts every single day. And what we're seeing in the meat business in the last, especially the last 6 or 7 years, is more and more customers looking for the value-added items, so they're not having to do as much knife work. Because as you guys said, look at how much goes in the trash. Okay.
Try to get this, but it's hacksaw.
Size of a quarter, brother. Size of a quarter.
Yeah. This is going to be a little more difficult than I thought.